So some of you have asked me, how do I stay cool in the summertime living off grid without an air conditioner? Well, that's a great question. And I'm so glad you asked. I live in a tiny house. I have south-facing windows. It's called passive solar design, meaning that in the wintertime when the sun is low on the horizon, the sun comes into my windows and warms up my place. And in the summer, the sun goes directly over my place, and so it does not come in my windows. So that's one of the things that helps keep it cooler inside. I also have really good insulation in my roof. I used wool because a local guy is a sheep shearer and he was throwing it away, which was crazy to me. So I inherited tons of wool and I used that in the roof as insulation. And what I do is I live in the mountains. So even in the summertime, most of the year, it's really cool at night. And even if it's crazy hot in the day. So I open all my doors and windows. I let all the cold air in at night. And then in the morning, I close them all. And it traps that cold air inside. And it will actually stay cold in my house until about 3, 4 o'clock. Then when it gets to the hottest time of year, it only stays cold until, like, I don't know, 2 or 3. I am actually building a mud roof that's sealed with linseed oil. It's an experimental thing, but I plan on, at the very hottest time of year, sleeping on the roof. I'm building a cob stairway that goes up to the roof and this mud roof. And that way when it's, you know, it gets to the point of time of year where, you know, when you're inside, you're just like, then I want to sleep on my roof. And that will be fun, and the stars are amazing. During the day when it's really hot, well, fortunately, I don't have a job. So I don't have to wear nice clothes that I have to feel bad about sweating on or feel bad about smelling or anything like that. I'm all natural out here in the wilderness. And during the day, depending on how hot it is, you know, sometimes it's just fine just to sit in the shade or stay in my tiny house. But I actually, most of the time, I'm out doing stuff. And in fact, my studio, which is where I am now, it's not insulated properly. And believe it or not, this is the inside of a shipping container. So the outside walls are metal. And because I haven't finished cobbing over it with the clay, it gets really hot. So it gets very hot in here in the summer. But very often I'm sitting in here when I could be in my cold house, you know, staying cool, but I'm in here working on projects or whatever because I have adapted to the heat. And that's the thing with humans. We are super, super, super adaptable if your mind doesn't fight the heat. If you just let go, I'll be in here sweating and not even feeling uncomfortable at all because I've just let go, and it's just, you know, I'm sweating and I'm fine, and I don't even realize how hot it is until I look at my phone and it's about to explode. So adaptation is a huge part of it for me because I really want to live a more natural life where I don't need all these things and all this power to make me comfortable. I want to be adaptable so I can be comfortable. And, you know, there's a curve to growing into that. You know, at first you're going to be like, oh, I can't handle this. And then if you just get your mind to let go and you breathe and you relax, you can find that it's incredible how much easier it is to deal with the heat. Another thing I do when it gets crazy hot and if I want to be outside, I bring a bucket of water around with me and I just splash myself, and I either wear no clothes if no one's here or very little clothes, and I'm just constantly splashing water on me. And so these are things that make it really easy to live without all the technology if you don't have the social norms that you need to keep up as far as clothing and not sweating, and, you know, you have to be at a job or you have to be professional. Like, when you can just be wild and free like I am, it's not that hard. It's actually quite easy.